Hello, hello, hello.
Hi.
Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
All right. Well, I am so very excited. Oh my goodness. I tell you, Mr. Al Roker, the legendary, iconic Mr. Al Roker, everyone's favorite meteorologist, or as us old school folk would say, everyone's favorite weatherman. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Well, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
Yes, sir. And the beautiful Courtney Roker Laga.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure meeting you as well. And I appreciate you both taking time out of your busy schedules to join me.
No
You are one of our
problem.
pleasure.
Yes, indeed. And as I understand, we've got about 20 minutes, and I want to be respectful of your time. Is that
Thank you.
okay?
Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, are we ready to get started?
You bet.
you. Yeah.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, once again, I'm Leslie Royal. I am an editor at large for Upscale Magazine, and I write several articles per issue for them. One is called Off the Shelf. So it's a book column featuring 3 books on a single page. And I spoke with my editorial director. I said, oh my goodness, Mr. Al Roker and his beautiful daughter, we've got to break this out.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure, my pleasure. And he agreed. And so here we are. So we're going to have a feature. And thank you so much for joining me for this Zoom interview and allowing me to share a few things on our social media pages.
You bet.
Great.
Yes, indeed. So we are talking about Al Roker's Recipes to Live By. And it's a cookbook featuring easy memory making family dishes for every occasion. And it was written by Mr. Al Roker and your beautiful daughter, Courtney Roker Laga.
Yeah.
And so we're excited about it. And so tell me, Mr. Al, after how many years has it been that you decided that now's the time to write a new cookbook?
Well, to be honest, I didn't decide. It was really Courtney's idea. Uh, uh, during the pandemic, my son and I, Nick, were doing, cooking. We call what we're cooking, and people seemed to like it. And Courtney kind of noticed that, and she was working as a recipe developer for a small appliance company at the time. And she said, you guys really, we should do a cookbook. And it had been 25 years, I think, since I did my last one, and I was like,
Hmm.
I said, well, we can do it, but you're going to have to do most of the work. So the idea was to do recipes that we've done as a family, both myself, my mom, Courtney's mother, other family members, friends, and a few chef friends as well. And so it was up to Courtney to figure out the recipes. So and I'll let her talk about how she did it, but she was a real recipe detective.
Oh yeah. I had to bug everybody. I felt kind of bad about it, but yeah, getting ideas from dad about my grandmother, his mom, because some of the recipes, I didn't eat, he ate. She didn't write down any recipes, so it was going off of what he was telling me or from stuff that I remember eating. Um, talking to friends of the family. Again, like you said, talking to chef friends. So it was a lot of like detective work and a lot of eating a lot of food. And I was about 8 months, 7, 8 months pregnant at the time. So feeding for two, which is great. I had a lot of leftovers. But yeah, it was a great experience.
Well, it sounds exciting. And Miss Courtney, you did a great job. I've enjoyed
Oh,
looking at all of the recipes.
thank you.
Now, how many recipes are in the book, and how did you decide which recipes to select from all of the family traditions?
I think there's 100 recipes in the book. And I bugged my dad one day and I was like, we need to sit down and talk about this book. So we sat down and we were just thinking about things that, like I said, things that he ate when he was younger, things that I've eaten. I'm trying to think, how else did we brainstorm about this?
Well, off and on, about a week or so, going back and forth of,
Yeah.
uh, uh, and then who in the chef world would we approach? What recipes did I really like? And then Courtney also talked to my brothers and sisters,
Hmm.
Deborah, because she's got a few recipes in the book, some family friends. Courtney talked to her mom about certain things that she made. And then, we got to about 110 and then went through again and cut them back. But the other thing that's pretty amazing for a cookbook, not only did Courtney write the recipes, but then when I did my first cookbook 25 years ago, cookbooks were basically all mostly print. And in the middle, there was maybe 3 or 4 pages of pictures. Now there's a picture for every recipe.
Right.
And so not only did she write the recipes, test the recipes, but also found the photographer, and she styled every dish for the pictures. So she really, her imprint. The only thing I really did was write the note, the little beginning of each recipe, a little story.
But
So
that's a
she
lot.
did,
That's a lot of stuff to
not
do.
as much as what you, I mean, from a time standpoint, it was really, I mean, you did the yeoman's share of the work on this.
Oh, thank you.
Well, Miss Courtney, I am quite impressed. I'm loving all of
Oh,
these beautiful images and the way that everything was done. It was just so well written. I'm enjoying the stories that you've shared, Mr. Al, and it all came together beautifully. I think everyone's going to love it.
oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Now
Uh,
we all have a family night. Everybody has a family night. And so, what are a few recipes you'd like to share with us that we can prepare for family night?
Oh, my one. So I cooked this when him and my stepmom, Deborah, when they used to go out for dinners or events, I would stay home with Leela and Nick, and I would always make them these chimichangas. I feel like that's totally like a kids family night type of thing, and they loved it. And my sister Leela was like, Courtney, if you don't put those chimichangas in this cookbook, I'm gonna be mad. So that's definitely top one for like family
Yeah.
night.
yeah. I also, the roast chicken recipe. There's something very comforting about a roast chicken. And what's great about a roast chicken that, if unless you've got a family of 6, you're going to have leftovers. So you got maybe chicken sandwiches or chicken salad or something afterwards, and then you can, boil off the carcass and make a little soup or something. So I like I really like the roast chicken.
Oh, wow. That is a great idea. And you are so right because I love what I call Leslie's kicking chicken salad. So after I prepare Mr. Al and Miss Courtney's roasted chicken, and then a day or so later, we'll do the kicking chicken salad.
Love it,
Okay.
love it.
Now we are getting ready for the holidays. And so, what recipe would you suggest, recipe or recipes, would you suggest to add to our Thanksgiving menu?
Dad, you want to go first?
Well, I would say, my one of our most venerable family recipes from my mother was this, what she called sweet potato poon. It was like a
Yes.
crustless
Yes.
sweet potato pie, and it's not the holidays unless we have that. And the joke became, as we got older, my mother would put it under the broiler it has a marshmallow topping just to brown it. And one of us would have to distract her so that she'd forget about the marshmallows and they'd catch fire. And then she'd have to scrape it off and so we always buy at least 2 or 3 bags of Jet Puff marshmallows.
I love it. And that's my favorite recipe so far.
Oh, great. Mine
Yes.
would be baked mac and cheese because I
Yeah.
just feel like baked mac and cheese has to be for Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter. It doesn't matter. It's just got to be there. They always got to have mac and cheese.
I love it. I love it. My second favorite recipe.
Oh,
And I
good.
shouldn't just be partial like this, but okay.
Yeah.
Now, holiday parties will abound in the month of December. So, what are some beverages and some recipes for special dishes you would suggest?
Hmm.
Beverages, two. I would definitely do Leela's sangria. I feel like that's a good party holiday thing, and people will be super happy after drinking that. It's good and then, a little loose. Um, and then I know mojito is kind of like springy summer, but I feel like you could have mojito at any time. It's just a
I,
good drink in general.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what app we would um well, you could actually in fact somebody Courtney made it for we just threw a baby shower for somebody. You could actually take the mac and cheese recipe and put them in little muffin
Oh yeah,
tin,
like mac and cheese bites.
little
Oh,
mac and cheese
yes.
Yeah,
bites.
any leftover mac and cheese you could put in muffin tins and make like little mac and cheese muffins.
And then
That's
holiday
perfect.
breakfast, I like the McRoker breakfast sandwich.
That is perfect. That is perfect. I love all of those.
Nice.
Yes, indeed. Okay, now all of us are on the go. We stay, we just go, everybody's going, 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 but we feel guilty about not doing a few home cooked meals. I know I'm one of those people, but I've got my 45-minute limit. That's for me. But what are some quick on the go recipes that you would suggest for all of us?
Hmm.
I think the chicken thighs are pretty quick.
Oh, super
Um,
quick. Yeah.
yeah, and
Um,
to me, for my money, chicken thighs are the best cut of chicken, the most flavorful, and they cook up pretty quickly.
yeah. Mine would be it's a breakfast item, but I feel like you could have it for lunch. It's a breakfast burrito. It's just like scrambled eggs, a salsa, chorizo, some avocado, wrap that up in some foil, and then you could just take it with you wherever you go.
Oh, yes, I'm loving all of that. Yes, indeed. I tell you, well, I've got my writer's choice so far. Can I share that with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the first 7 things I will cook from Al Roker's Recipes to Live By. The first is the sweet potato poon.
Okay.
The second is the McRoker. The third are the cinnamon rolls.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
The fourth is the lamb burgers.
Okay.
The fifth is the brown butter seared scallops.
Ooh.
Ooh.
The sixth is the smothered chicken.
Mm.
And the seventh is the basil watermelon lemonade. Now, that's just to get me started.
Yeah.
So, so I am certain that I'll be adding more to my list. And I'm
Yay.
certain everyone else is as well. But are there anything, both of you stay busy? Are there any special projects that you've got going on that are coming up individually and collectively?
Oh man, I wish not for me. I'm
Yeah.
just mom life right now, but he's probably
Well,
has lots of projects.
Well,
mom life is the best life. We're not gonna sleep on the moms.
Yeah.
no, 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 and she's a terrific mom. I mean, at the end of the day, this year she birthed, well, last year she birthed a baby and a cookbook. So,
There you go.
uh,
Congratulations.
she did
Congratulations.
an amazing job, and really, it's a wonderful thing as a parent when you realize your kid is really good at what they do. So, and you actually, after you've worked with them on a project, you don't want to kill them. That's always, and they don't want to kill you. Although I'm
Right.
sure there were a few moments where she thought about injuring me, if nothing else. But
No,
she had to kind of really
no.
push me.
But
She had
you
to push
both
me.
lived through it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we did. We did indeed. So, other than stuff on today's show, I've got a series on PBS, kids coming up in July of 2025, called The Weather Hunters, and it's about a family of the dad's a TV weatherman and his three kids and his wife, where they all work together to produce a TV weather forecast. So we teach preschoolers about the weather.
I love it. I love it. Well, I look forward to tuning in and for sharing that with everyone. I tell you, you have both created something really, really special. Miss
Oh,
Courtney, you did an exceptional job. You really
thank you.
did.
Thank you.
And I just want to thank you both, Mr. Al, for being such an inspiration to many. Miss Courtney, you're now inspiring others, so you're the next generation
Oh,
inspiring
thank
others.
you.
And I just want to thank you both for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with us. And we just look forward to sharing your amazing book.
Oh,
Thanks,
thank you so
Leslie.
much for taking the time, Leslie. Really appreciate it. Have a
It's
great
my
weekend.
pleasure.